Hello Collective, and welcome in for a reading. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Samantha and this is OA Original Angel Tarot. It is lovely to have you. And for all of my originals, just as lovely to have all of you. Thank you for your patience as I have been absent for like 2 weeks. It honestly feels like 2 days, so it's very strange to look back. But Spirit has had me in a bit of a study mode, rehab mode. As some of you may know, I deal with a lot of health concerns, so that's kind of been the focus alongside educating myself, getting some information, some downloads, some things like that. So I had a very nice break, but I've missed you all greatly. Today we're going to be just doing a general reading, so if this title resonates with you, the thumbnail resonates, the vibe so far is feeling right, then this could be for you. I will say that I was called to bring out my rose quartz cube and then this black stone that I don't believe is obsidian. I want to say kunzite, but I don't think that's right either. Maybe kunzite could be relevant for some of you. It's already giving like protection of the heart chakra, maybe overprotection of the heart chakra, or just wanting to keep sacred love safe, okay? The pre-shuffle cards gave me two very distinct stories. On one side, when we first started with the devil, let me say that. We started with the devil and then the Page of Swords. And the energy I was getting, and I'm hearing so much ringing already, was that somebody is most likely looking to the past and looking to some decisions they made that they would have possibly done differently had they known then what they know now. Underneath the Page of Swords fell the Lovers in reverse. So this seems like a possible circumstance of someone choosing the devil they know versus the one they don't, possibly, and maybe compromising love in that action. I saw after that first set of cards, another group came out together, and it was like the Four of, I'll just read it from the book because it was honestly quite astonishing. The Four of Wands, followed by the World, the Emperor, the Magician, the Hierophant, Death, Six of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Sun. Okay, so two very flip sides. This latter part of the cards that came out definitely says that someone has commitment on the mind, they have stability, they have like fond memories, quite possibly. This could be speaking to a divine masculine or a divine feminine who does operate in divine masculine energy as well. Gender is irrelevant here, as we should all know by now, folks. But we got lots of majors out, so this is a big deal, okay, for everyone involved, regardless of where you happen to stand. The term triumph over terror came through, as well as full circle, ordained, and then osmosis. I'm not sure how that's relevant. I kind of got the feeling of maybe like osmosis learning or osmosis education, like especially if you have a twin flame, a soulmate, a counterpart, there is a very high likelihood that you can exchange energetic upgrades or frequencies simply by being close to each other or connecting telepathically. And I'm hearing ringing on that, so maybe there's like an osmosis that's occurring between the two of you or more, I want to say, and you may not be cognizant of it, but it is still occurring. The rest of the cards aren't all that important, but I will say they do bode positively for the outcome of the situation. The term letting the chips fall where they may also came through, and flow, not force. At one point I had seen a set of cards that indicated divine feminine being in a place of a bit of anxiety and worry and maybe being a bit too proactive with their approach, or just fearing that they're not going to get what they want. But then directly after that, I had seen the High Priestess, and then a card that gave me that let the chips fall where they may energy, and that seemed to be the suggested outcome or mode of approach for whoever's in that energy. Okay, so for those of you who are new here, this is just a little bag for my brand, and in here I got some initials, letters I should say, numbers, symbols, and we're just gonna pull some stuff out of here and see what feels right, and then we will go in and check the bottoms of the decks, which is a thing that I do, again, if you're new here, and we'll also get some oracle cards before we begin. So welcome. I hope all has been well since I have been off the channel. If you have any fun stories to share about your coming into spring energy, I would love to hear them. Okay, these ones, those ones. And let's just grab one more. Okay, this one. Oh, okay, wow. We've only got 2 letters, I and O, or you could say 1 and 0. The binary code could be relevant, 1s and 0s. Maybe there's an IOU, but there was no U. Someone just says IO someone something. This is also the masculine and the feminine, of course. Then we've got, okay, this is so interesting. We got a crown and we've got a star, and all of a sudden I'm shaking. I don't know what that's about. We've got a bomb, and then a little teepee, a hut, tent of sorts. And then we've also got a heart flower and perfume, okay? Growing love is what I heard with this one. This combination, that's my ghost alarm. I need to go deal with that. Or the angel alarm, I don't know. Come up with fun names for it for me. Hello, welcome to the party. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, if anyone can help me come up with a fun name for that thing, I'd love it. I don't know if it likes being called the ghost alarm. I feel like angel alarm is much better suited, but alas. What I was going to say, and what I will take as confirmation with that beep, is that this energy kind of gives me the blowing up a stable structure, possibly even blowing up a sacred structure, because if you were to think of like a teepee where like medicine people gather, that's not something that you would want to destroy, right? That is a very sacred, holy place. But it seems as if that might have happened. I'm getting Hierophant energy, and then Taurus energy. Taurus and Aquarius, I should say, off of this. So that could be relevant for some of you. Maybe Taurus season is going to be relevant. Someone might want to sweeten someone up. Someone might want to give another a gift, possibly to make amends for something that they've done, because maybe, as I said at the beginning, someone has their heart chakra a bit protected, and I'm hearing ringing. So maybe this is an example, pardon me, a case of someone who had something very special with you at one point, and they, for whatever reason, decided to not take that further. And Spirit's quite displeased because you two are soulmates, twin flames, one and the same. So now they're being offered, or being encouraged to offer you some flowers, some sweetness, a gift, something to bring back an air of sweetness. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna put these to the side, and we're going to go in with the Soul's Journey deck and look at the bottoms of the decks. Okay, so they were actually telling me to look at the bottoms of the decks first, so let's do that. And what I will say is I have decided to integrate the animal spirit as well as the Wild Unknown tarot into one. They're designed by the same person. I used to do this for personals, but I haven't for a while. Oh, we got we've got the turtle at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so that's ancestors, that's time. This is, you could even say, creation. This is the cycles. 12 months could be relevant, 12 years could be relevant. The colors are standing out to me here, the red and the green on the shell, so that is sacral as well as heart chakra, which I think is a great combination to have, because as I'm sure we are all aware, an overactive, well, not even an overactive, an active sacral with no heart can be a very destructive sort of circumstance that could possibly lead someone to blowing up a home, right? Okay. Oh, well, geez, if that doesn't say blowing up a home. Four of Swords, someone needing to take a break, sit down, think about what you've done. Maybe like a timeout from Spirit. Lastly, we've got Seven of Pentacles. Someone thinking about how they get themselves out of this lonesome jungle. What do I invest in? Who do I invest in? How do I invest to get on my proper path. Following the North Star. I'm getting a sense, and this could only be for some of you perhaps, that someone has like a lot of external validation to validate their successes. So that could be they have a nice house, they have a good family, they have a nice car, or they've got experiences that they're quite proud of. It's like someone has a lot of things working really well for them, but they still feel as if they are missing out on something. And that is currently, quite possibly, the area of focus. Okay, Spirit, I'm going to call upon the Ascended Masters, Angels, Ancestors, Guardians, Galactic Guides, the highest light and the frequency of love to assist me in channeling messages clearly and concisely for the highest good of my collective at this moment in time. Okay, can we get 3 cards out here for the collective? Okay, 1 on the fence. Can we get 2 more? 2. Was that the Death card? I think that was the Death card. We'll look at them in order though. So over top of Turtle, we've got Empathy on the fence. Ooh, interesting. Empathy says, I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. They were kind of highlighting that a turtle would have very limited views. Like, even if it is a very wise creature, it's not like it can like do a full 180, 360, I should say, of its environment. And perhaps that's what's being encouraged. Someone has seen their side and they do have a degree of knowledge and awareness. They could actually be very, very aware and very quick to communicate and express their side, but they need to maybe take a back seat, is what I heard, and be open to an alternative perspective. And for some of you, whether this is you I'm speaking of or the other person, that perspective might even be more of a spiritual perspective. It might not even necessarily be of this realm. Like if you're dealing with someone who has been a bit closed-minded, it's not even necessarily that they're being urged to listen to you, it's that they're being urged to listen to their ancestors and spirits and things like that. Okay, so we've got Humor in reverse over the Tower. Humor says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. It's very hard to do that when one is experiencing a tower, let's be honest, but Spirit does have a sense of humor, and they very much encourage you to laugh at yourself when you're going through the hardest moments, because if you're going to fall down, you might as well be having a giggle about it, I suppose. Okay, so 7 of Pentacles, it is indeed Death. Death says, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings, and perhaps that's why that humor is being suggested, because someone, this person right here, is looking quite stoic. He's looking, not necessarily like beaten down, but he's looking not impressed and really not sure on where to go. Maybe this approach of just worrying about the logistics or the path directly in front of one is taking the joy out of rebuilding whatever this thing is. And I'm hearing some ringing, so that could be relevant. Let's go in with this big old deck. I'm probably gonna struggle to shuffle because she's gigantic, and see what else we can see for the collective. Let's see here. They were also bringing up Cherry Bomb, like the song, I guess, or maybe that means something to someone. Not sure. And now they're also saying that for some of you, if this does relate to a person external to you and not just, your own experience of something that happened in your own life that discouraged you and you're trying to rebuild, for some of you this could speak to the fact that someone didn't see you appropriately and you are like so sweet that they expected it to be like a thin veneer to hide something that was very damaging or very dark or toxic. Meanwhile, it was like, no, you're just actually a very sweet, I also heard royal and regal person. Spirit, can we get some cards? Wait, this is reverse. How did this happen? Oh no. What? Well, we got the Father of Swords in reverse, and then the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. Well, geez. I guess we're gonna take those. Hold on now. Ooh, the Empress. Okay. Well, I don't know how this happened, but we're going to put all the rest of these back in. I think that's the most, if not all of them. So we've got the Father of Swords out here. So this could be an air sign. This could be someone who is having late nights right now. And this is actually the energy I got off of that first set of cards from the pre-shuffle. Someone who's like looking and thinking and reflecting, and they're displeased with themselves and what they have done to themselves, done to another, done to the connection, quite possibly. And that connection was a 10 of Cups, okay? It was something that was very, I heard ornate, wholesome. There was a connection most likely throughout lifetimes. There were a lot of very sweet memories shared here. And what was intended of this situation, of this dynamic, was for you to pour endlessly into each other's cups. And if this is an experience that you were dealing with on your own about like a project, for example, that didn't go as planned, then this is just to say that there is a rumination occurring over something that you saw as very emotionally satisfying. It wouldn't have been a circumstance where you were necessarily worried about the money. Maybe you saw the money or maybe you didn't. I can't say for sure right now. But this thing that you invested your heart and your soul in ended up leaving you feeling defeated and possibly lacking of motivation. And for some of you, these two stories intersect. So for some of you, this is about a project, maybe even a platonic relationship, a familial relationship, something that your heart was attached to, as well as your relation to a romantic interest. Okay, we've got this 8 of Swords here in reverse, and it came out on the fence in the pre-shuffle. So I'm gonna hope that this is an indication of somebody getting out of this stuck sort of situation, considering it follows that 10 of Cups. Maybe that reflection on things that really matter to someone, the things that make someone's heart sing, is what is going to be the antidote to this. I don't even feel appropriate calling it a poison. Wounding, we'll say. How about that? Okay. Spirit, what else do you want us to know here? Can we get a couple more cards for the collective, please? No, I'm not going to take those because there were so many of them. But, wow. We've got 2 ether cards coming out here. They were just telling me something. Give me a second and I'll come back to that. These 2 eyes are standing out to me quite a bit. I'm not going to take these again, but we'll look at them briefly. And then the Lion card here. This dragon energy being in reverse makes me think of the fact that someone didn't see something clearly. And with the sea serpent representing the Kundalini energy, it's making me think that, again, somebody saw something that was very, very sweet, wholesome, yummy, ordained, and they saw it as something that was hiding. Disingenuous approaches. We had the Hierophant come out here as well. Pride got in someone's way as well. That's what I'm feeling off of that Leo card. Let's try that again. Spirit, can we get like a 1 or 2 out here for the collective and not a quarter of the deck, please? Thank you. Oh, this has gotten much harder to shuffle now that these cards are bent. Okay, 1 or 2, please. That's 3. No, I'm not taking those either. I'm so sorry, collective. Please bear with me. Ooh, okay. I'm going to take this one. Daughter of Cups. Okay, so that is the Page of Cups. Judgment came out here with the Lovers in reverse. Oh, sorry, Justice in reverse. This is needing to make amends for something. As I said, someone's quite afraid. Someone might be prone to lashing out, and this could actually make them a bit fearful of coming forward with an approach. Even if this lashing out isn't like a traditional lashing out, maybe their version of it is kind of like getting very withdrawn and being very short in their responses. Like it's much more internal lashing out is what I feel. Okay, we've got the snake here. Interesting. This is that transmutation process, shedding one's skin. The flower of life is very much standing out to me. Wajet is also making a appearance in my mind. That could be relevant for some of you. This is also that full circle moment, going back to the beginning, you know, the Ouroboros. Ouroboros! Someone is very much up in the realms right now. I think that could probably be the Divine Feminine Collective, but honestly it could be the both of you. And like I said, there could be some connection telepathically, some osmosis that's occurring that you're not necessarily aware of, but is still benefiting the connection. Hummingbird in reverse. Falling under this King of Swords in reverse. To me, this is saying that there's a halt of movement. There's a halt of sweetness. There is someone's wanting to clear their mind, I think, because they think that clearing their mind will prevent them from going down a dark path. But what Spirit's bringing up is something they brought up a while back to me during a reading as well, is that by going to those dark and difficult places within oneself, you are able to carry more light. Like the deeper you go, the higher you climb, sort of thing. Yeah, Judgment in reverse. So someone is trying to essentially maybe like clear the page, and maybe they want to go elsewhere. Maybe they're trying to find a different solution than the one they know in their heart is the best. I think this person very much wants to speak. I just don't think they're confident enough to do so at this moment in time. But I'm seeing a great pressure on them, whether that be from their internal personhood or external pressure from Spirit, or even from you or someone else. What else can we get out here? Crocodile and the Mother of Cups. I'm receiving this in two different ways, collective. I'm seeing you, the Mother of Cups, looking at someone who is not moving, who is biding their time, perhaps a bit too long, because think of a hummingbird. If it wasn't moving, that would be a very, very strange visual, would it not? Those things move fast as hell. But in reverse says that there's a degree of stagnancy, and the crocodile has their eyes on that, and that is resulting in someone covering up their cup and saying no thank you. If you are not willing to speak and move and put action in, then I am not going to be coming to you. I will sit here and wait. This could be a case of a Divine Feminine who does very much want her Ten of Cups here, falling right under the Ten of Cups. But she knows that in order to achieve a true definition of such energy, she needs to remain in her Divine Feminine energy, which means receptive, which means you will wait. And perhaps an inability to do this in the past, and possibly a willingness to be the more aggressive energy, has led to Ten of Swords. And this is someone who does not want to have this experience again. Therefore, they will sit and they will wait. And I see this wait also causing a degree of discomfort. Someone is evolved enough to know that they must do this, and they must allow someone to approach them when they are ready. But they're giving me like the lover boy, lover girl sort of energy. It's just that someone knows what they want, they know who they want it with, and it's really frustrating them to wait. However, again, they're evolved enough to understand that you can't rush good things, or you shouldn't rush good things, at least. We got a frog in reverse here, and then we've got a dragonfly in reverse. And unicorn in reverse as well, and mouse. Okay, so I'm seeing an inability to tap into one's intuition. That could circle back to that empathy card on the fence, where someone isn't tapping into their heart nor their higher chakras in order to get the proper guidance on how to handle the situation. And I don't suspect that to be the divine feminine. I think that's whoever's on the other side of you. This is an individual who is delaying the process, not only by way of ignoring what they need to do, but also possibly resisting a transmutation process that they've needed to do for a while. They're certainly withholding communication. I have a feeling that some of them don't even admit to themselves how they're feeling or what's going on internally. This is an individual who's feeling a bit blue, if we're being honest. Something about their inner child could be being triggered either by way of your presence, as in like maybe you bring something very sweet and very warm to the equation and they appreciate that, but again they see it as possibly disingenuous, so then they pull back. And this could be a case of somebody who had very like two-faced parents, possibly narcissistic or something of the sort, or just very love-bomby connections in the past. Now they fear things that seem to be I heard whole as well as holy. So they don't want to admit this to themselves, especially if it dates back to childhood, because then it's not just a matter of reflecting how they feel about you. It's also looking at their past relationships since, you know, their younger years, and then also most likely their relation to how they were raised, and maybe critiquing a family structure that they have been hesitant to for a very long while. Star in reverse in a tower. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me a bit about this hummingbird in reverse? It's very much giving me dragonfly in reverse as well, but we'll just see. That was the devil who just wanted to pop out. So you know what? We'll take him, because he did make quite an appearance. Okay. So this, as I said with the pre-shuffle, the devil was very first out, and now with the Rider-Waite, very first out, back again. So devil energy is very prevalent here. They're highlighting the inversion of a star. So that could speak to a fallen angel, a fallen star. That could speak to turning something that's supposed to be holy into something that is hellish, for lack of a better word. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this inability to distinguish between heaven on earth, hell on earth, is leading to someone missing out on an opportunity. It feels as if they've already lost out on this in the past, and this is the process that they're experiencing or going through that is ideally getting them back to a place where they feel comfortable coming forward with an open heart in order to make amends. But Two of Swords in reverse is still showing me they're not sure, and I just wonder why. If they're aware of this wound that exists within them because of this loss, why are they not doing anything about it, you know? Spirit, can you tell us about that? Is there anything you want to... And King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We have the Six of Wands here on the fence because they're not sure they're going to be successful. This could be a matter of fearing another ending. Maybe someone being afraid that you will like bite their head off because you're showing up in crocodile energy, and they're but a hummingbird and a Daughter of Cups. You know, that crocodile could do away with either of those energies quite easily. It's not a competition. So maybe they see that you have elevated because you are, again, the Mother of Cups upright, they're Father of Swords in reverse. You are leading from the heart. You have the Ten of Cups on your mind and you seem to be in alignment with it. However, they are out of alignment with their own pain, whatever that means, and they therefore think that you are in a stronger energetic position than them, which I do say would also be the case. And they're worried that now they need to be like on the defense from you because perhaps they were defensive towards you in the past. Okay, Spirit, can you tell us about this Ten of Swords, please? The Ten of Swords for the Father of Swords. It's 3. Oh, goodness gracious. For the Ten of Swords, we get the Ten of Wands, the Six of Cups, and then the 3 of Pentacles. So this is making me think that, again, someone was reflecting on what they chose to invest in, possibly something from the past, possibly family related. And this was actually not the path that was in their highest good, even if it may have presented as such at the time. We've got Justice here in reverse, further indicating that. 8 of Cups in reverse, saying this is something that needs to be left. With the 8 and the 6 of Cups, you have a 2 of Cups there. So the suggestion is go forward to the 2 of Cups, to that Queen of Cups with her 10. But right now they seem to be a bit insistent on staying with what they know, staying within their comfort zone, because perhaps they know that they are not a sitting duck there, that there isn't much threat, that they're not going to be challenged in the ways that someone else would challenge them. Let's go in and see about this. How are we for time? 32 minutes. Mr. Emperor. Let's see what we can get for this Frog in reverse. This is speaking to what they need to let go of, what is still on their mind, a bit too heavy. Possibly traumas or PTSD, anxiety, even an unwillingness to cry, be emotional, and be vulnerable. Spirit, can you clarify this Frog in reverse, please? Queen of Cups in reverse, and then the 4 of Wands wanted to pop out as well. So this is falling right next to that Queen of Cups upright. What they're not willing to transmute is how they feel about lack of communication between you, lack of progress. This could also relate to mother wounds on one or both sides here. Spirit, what else do they need to let go of? Tell us more about this Frog, please. The King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So we've got that true player on the board. They haven't come to terms with losing their Queen of Cups. They haven't allowed themselves to feel this. They are looking off in the absolute opposite direction, and then this Queen of Cups is staring at her cup. Okay, just waiting for a genie to pop out of it and grant her wish about being on the same page, most likely. And I'm hearing ringing as this counterpart of theirs. But I just saw the 9 of Wands, and then the 9 of Swords was also peeking out. Someone's defensive, somebody's full of anxiety, someone is really getting in their own way, and they're not allowing themselves to see like the beauty in the path and find purpose in the struggle. They haven't allowed themselves to mourn properly. This could even speak to past relationships that ended very poorly and they haven't dealt with those wounds. Let's go ahead and get some prism cards to close this out because I fear that this might get a bit repetitive. I am, however, going to do at least one more video today, so I will try and get these up sooner rather than later for your viewing enjoyment, considering I've been gone for 2 whole weeks. Spirit, can you give us some advice, please, for this reading? Confidence in reverse. Yeah, this person's lacking confidence. Safe to say. We get 3 cards out here for the collective. 1, balance. Okay. 2 more, please. Determination. Oh, beautiful. And 1 more, please, Spirit. 1 more for the collective. 1 more. Excellent. Comfort in reverse. mystery, and then frustration at the bottom. So someone needs to get out of their comfort zone. Someone needs to be open to that new perspective. Somebody needs to be so self-assured. They don't mind going against whatever family, society, friend group programming has put them in this Eight of Swords position. They need the determination to balance things within themselves and then externally with another, because I see a pairing here that is very favorable and can do very beautiful things, very powerful things, very divine things. However, you cannot do that if both of you are not in a balanced, true to self state. And it seems as if the feminine energy is quite self-assured. However, there's a lack of olive branch being extended by this masculine. Again, like the flowers, like somebody needs to reach out, open up their heart chakra, balance their heart chakra first. Someone's been like fighting against the tide for a good while, I think, and it's entirely up to them on whether or not they get with the program. But my feminine energies who may be watching, the advice for you is to use your intuition and allow the sticks to fall where they may, because one way or the other will be for your highest good, because you are balanced and you are determined, and therefore you will be rewarded with a partner who mirrors such aspects to you, whether or not it's this person or another one. Okay? So collective, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. If you want to book me for a personal, join me on Patreon, send me an email, or send me a donation. All are very appreciated, and that can be found down below in the description. Love you lots. Stay safe, stay sexy, stay sane, and stay psychic.